off Lake Michigan, Bradford Beach in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's a cool, breezy day, but that hasn't stopped a huge crowd from assembling. Yes, they are excited and ready. Today is the $100,000 Miller Lite Open. Hi again, everybody. Happy Father's Day to all you daddies out there. Chris Marlowe along with Paul Sunderland. What a tournament. It has been hot yesterday, cool and breezy today. Karch and Kent didn't show up. An unpredictable tournament.
Well, when Kirai and Steffes are not here, the most dominant team on the beach, anything can happen. They're usually the sure thing, and this tournament has turned into the wild thing. When they're not here, as David Stern would say, hey, parity's good for the NBA, it's good for the AVP. We've had some phenomenal competition.
Brent Frohoff and Ricky Ludes have been the best team so far today. We will see them in our championship final. But a little while ago, 1.5 hours, so to speak, the competition got revved up in our contenders bracket final. One of the most dramatic contenders bracket finals that Paul and I have ever seen. We're going to take you back right now and pick up. This is the way we call that match to advance into the final.
Chris Marlowe, Paul Sunderland, Friedrichsen, and Hansen have the lead here in Milwaukee. You're looking at Leif Hansen. He won a tournament back in the late 80s. And since then, had the shoulder problem, had burnout, come back to the tour, trying to regain and refine his intensity. He's got it today. As he and his partner are putting it to the #1 seeded team, Stoklos. And Hansen can't handle it.
They're really working on Randy Stoklos because of the ankle sprain last week. His mobility not nearly as good. Look at the ground that he's got to cover. Friedrichsen and Hansen know that, and Adam Johnson not nearly as good a setter as his partner Randy Stoklos, thought to be the very best on the beach. Really attacking the weaknesses of Johnson and Stoklos this week.
It's a 9-3 lead for Freddie and Leif. Friedrichsen, and he has been unstoppable. He looks like Karch Kirai on the left side today.
You like Freddie, don't you? Scott Friedrichsen with 9 kills. Leif Hansen also with 9. Scott Friedrichsen receiving 18 serves so far. Leif Hansen only 3. But Hansen with those digs, he is right up there with the kill total as well.
Service error for Friedrichsen. Now Johnson and Stoklos have an opportunity as Johnson clears the runway for his takeoff on his jumper. Down by 6. Hansen, and he lobs it out of bounds. Stoklos complaining about the set.
Putting a seed in Greg Krause's head. Scott Friedrichsen has what we call the deep dish. The ball is passed by his partner, comes into his hands very softly and slowly, almost comes to a stop, and then is released. A lot of people think that's an unfair advantage.
Right there. Hey, Friedrichsen got it.
How do you explain a deep dish? Take a look, Paul.
Well, there's the single scoop and the double scoop, and Scott Friedrichsen is somewhere in between. Look at how the ball goes well into his hands. I think his setting technique is near perfect. As a matter of fact, there are guys on the tour. Scott Akatubby won. Brent Frohoff, who we will see, goes full Sunday with his deep scoop.
Scores 9-4. Johnson cuts it inside. Nice shot by Adam Johnson. He's walking very gingerly, Paul. He may have hurt his hamstring. I saw him grab just for a second to the back left of his hamstring.
Well, they have played so much today. And again, after they lost first thing in the morning yesterday, they had to play 4 more matches just to advance to the second day of competition. And they have played 4 more matches again today.
Side out score remains 9-4. Just moments ago, Johnson, watch him very closely.
Boy, lands kind of stiff-legged and awkwardly, and there you see it right there. Maybe feeling a twinge of a cramp or a strained hamstring. Remember, again, so hot yesterday, really dehydrating, and cramps always a problem for the players.
They're going to work on Johnson. And Hansen has it. Chance for a point. Double contact. So Randy Stoklos planting the seed, and Scott Friedrichsen saying, wait a second, that wasn't that bad.
He planted it with Greg Krause and with Scott Friedrichsen. When one of the top players says to a referee, see, that one didn't look that much different, but as far as release and contact with the hands, but it came out with a lot of spin. Adam Johnson stretching now. I think he's cramping right now. He's starting to feel the first hints of cramps.
Remember last year at the Old Spice King of the Beach, Adam Johnson forced to retire because of cramps and heat exhaustion, dehydration. We'll keep an eye on Friedrichsen. So Leif Hansen has the ball. Keeping our eye on Adam Johnson and his physical conditioning. 1:41 to go in the game. Hansen and Friedrichsen in a commanding position. On the good side, a big lead. Clock winding down. Johnson may be in. Good. And Johnson's in trouble, Paul. We've seen this before. He's not jumping. He's not hitting.
We've also just gotten word from the AVP staff that Adam Johnson, during the break between this match and his last, received an IV treatment to combat dehydration and cramps.
For now, Hansen and Friedrichsen, timeout taken by Johnson and Stoklov. So a huge upset brewing appropriately in Milwaukee. As Adam Johnson and Randy Stoklos hope to have a much easier road to the final, but they were upset in the first round by Daniel Cardenas and Eric Wirtz, and it's been a tough struggle since then.
#1 seed, they got a bye in the first round, and sometimes that's a curse, although Randy Stoklos should be very used to being the #1 seed, having been in that position for so many years with St. John Smith. But you come to the tournament several hours later, again you have the bye in the first round, and they got smoked by Cardenas and Wirtz, and there you see Adam Johnson trying to stretch it out once again and find a way to get through this match. But I talked to Adam Johnson after that loss. He said, we weren't ready to play. They smoked us, and they've been paying the price ever since.
Leif Hansen with the serve. What a win this would be for Friedrichsen and Hansen. Off the top, Johnson hits hard. Friedrichsen has never won a tournament in his career, at least an official AVP tournament. Let's check Freddie internationally. He has won 1 international tournament. And Stoklos going to challenge the umpire regarding the clock.
Well, the clock in Pro Beach Volleyball and the AVP Tour only runs when the ball is in play. It stops as soon as the ball hits the sand. It starts once again when the ball is served. And after Adam Johnson's spike hit the ground, there you see the clock, 1:29.9 seconds remaining. Randy Stoklos was saying that the clock continued to run, and there's been a readjustment to 1:36.
Here's Adam Johnson, trailing by 6.
Right there, angle!
You have to wonder, even if Stoklos and Johnson could come back, could he do anything in the final?
Johnson normally relies so heavily on his jump serve, and look at this. Looks like the serving contest that you hold at the local Parks and Recreation Department. No, I didn't win a t-shirt.
Johnson, Friedrichsen was there. Stoklos, Hansen is there for a side change. At 11, no! And it's out of bounds. So an opportunity missed.
Leif Hansen and Scott Friedrichsen have to maintain their composure. They know Adam Johnson is cramping because they've been in that situation before, because they spend so much time in the contenders bracket themselves, having to play extra games. They have to take it one contact at a time and not try to gulp off this match in 2 big chunks.
There's Hansen, and Johnson is there, scampering. He needs a point bad. And he gets it. Johnson and Stoklos, an absolute must point. 1:09 to go in this one. 10-5, Freddie and Hansen.
Hey, gourmet cooking.
Welcome.
Put the wrestling back on. Gourmet cooking. Let's watch both.
Noodle.
Miller presents Gourmet Wrestling.
They are cooking now, Bob. Here's the flip, the dip, and the whip.
Brought to you by Miller Lite. If you can combine great taste and less filling, you can combine anything.
Stick a fork in him. He's done.
What a pen.
What a beer.
Great taste, less filling. Hey, hang around locker rooms like these guys, and you're bound to run into athlete's foot, and it could get tough. See, you get that itching and cracking stuff, and look, boom, even burning. Now that's a really tough case, and that's when you want a medicine that acts tough. Boom, tough-actin Tinactin. You see, Tinactin cures even tough cases of athlete's foot fungus. It's clinically proven. No wonder it's the antifungal most recommended by pharmacists. Hey, you got a tough case of athlete's foot? Get this. Boom. Tough actin, tenactin.
It still bugs me that I waited to try Old Spice High Endurance just because I thought all deodorants worked the same. Dumb. This proves it's the best. Better than the leading stick. It evaporates less quickly. It also lasts longer. Protects better. You can't ignore that. Or this guarantee. Try it. If you don't think it's the best, call 1-800-PROVE-IT, and they'll buy you a stick of yours. You gotta figure anyone that serious about deodorant deserves a serious shot. Come on, take the High Endurance Challenge from Old Spice. I did.
This is NBC's Sports World, and today it's brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this? By Tenactin. If you want a medicine that acts tough, get Tough Actin Tenactin. And by Nestea. Why just get a little bit wet? Plunge into Nestea.
Back at the Miller Lite Open in Milwaukee. Randy Stoklos and Adam Johnson are in big trouble. They have 1:07 5/10 to find a way to score 5 points. They've been down all the way. They got behind 4-0 to the unknown team of Scott Friedrichsen and Leif Hansen. Hansen and Friedrichsen have played flawlessly so far. 10-5 is our score. There's Scott Friedrichsen, 34 years old, one of the smallest blockers on tour at just 6'3". Stoklos, and he's off Freddie's hands.
Key factor right now in this match. Randy Stoklos and Adam Johnson now on the good side. If they can suck it up a little bit, bang some jump serves, the wind and side situation clearly to their advantage right here and now. If they're going to get back in this match, they've got to do it in the next 4 or 5 serves because time is winding down.
There are questions about Adam Johnson's leg. Injured a couple of minutes ago. Stoklos blocked it.
1 serve, 1 point. They're within 4. In spite of the cramp, Adam Johnson going for the tough jump serve down the line. Hansen passed it pretty well. Tentative looking shot, and Randy Stoklos was still the big left paw down the line.
Johnson again trailing by 4. Johnson with the dig. Now the big question, can he put it away? Yes. 2 for 2.
Johnson. Full timeout taken.
Full timeout taken by Friedrichsen and Hansen. 46 6/10 seconds to go. Stoklos and Johnson trying to make up ground fast. And Adam Johnson injured right leg or left leg. He's got some problems, but he's trying to gut it out when we come back.
What's the next thing, Dion? Soccer anyone? Must be a fan. Powerade. It's not the old thing. It's the next thing. And that's a good thing.
Should have worn my helmet.
Powerade. The next thing.
Want to play some volleyball? Then get ready for Spike It Up, presented by Old Spice, the official volleyball tournament of the AVP on NBC. Men and women ages 11 and up on all levels of playing ability can compete. There's 2-on-2, 3-on-3, or 4-on-4 men's, women's, and mixed team volleyball competitions. Come on and spike it up. For more information on cities, tour dates, and entry information, call 1-900-40-SPIKE. It's 80 cents per minute with a 3-minute maximum call length. Under 18 requires parental permission. That's 1-900-40-SPIKE.
Of all your auto care choices, only one lets you earn up to 10% toward a new GM vehicle. Your GM dealer. Because only your GM dealer is a member of the GM MasterCard's new Accelerated Earnings Network, which helps you get a new car or truck.
No matter how tough you think you are, one opponent can bring you to tears. Sunscreen in your eyes. Fortunately, there's Coppertone Sport. Ultra sweat-proof. Won't run in your eyes to sting you. Protects all day. Coppertone Sport. For those who don't take the sun lying down.
Coming to NBC, Baseball Night in America.
Adam Johnson and Randy Stoklos trail by 3. They have 46 6/10 seconds to make it up. They've scored 2 in a row. Chris Marlowe, Paul Sunderland at Milwaukee. Friedrichsen and Hansen may be feeling the pressure right now. Another point.
41.
3 serves, 3 points, all from the good side when they absolutely had to have it, and going after Leif Hansen. Talked about him losing his fire for the game, losing his intensity. Better fire up long enough to make one good pass and a side out, down to 41.8 seconds. Hansen and Friedrichsen taking a sand timeout.
Friedrichsen and Hansen led 8-2. They led 10-4, but Stokey and Johnson working their way back. They're working on Leif Hansen. They're serving Leif Hansen. And Johnson, who is getting twinges in his left leg after he came down a bit awkwardly on a spike, is trying to finish with a flourish with his jump serve.
Again, Adam Johnson had an IV treatment, saline solution to combat cramps and dehydration. Perfectly within the rules of Pro Beach Volleyball, and took advantage of the availability.
It's 10-8. Hansen.
Leif Hansen and Scott Friedrichsen have played the tournament of their lives together, trying to get into the finals, and right now they're giving it away.
Randy Stoklos has taken over the net. Another 20-second timeout for Friedrichsen and Hansen. They may be out of gas, as Paul Sunderland suggested.
Well, emotionally anyway, and certainly the confidence tank is on dead empty.
Looking at 10. Adam Johnson serving.
You can see Scott Friedrichsen, excuse me, Chris, all he said was one side out, which means they have to successfully put the ball away. And if I'm Scott Friedrichsen, I send Leif Hansen farther off the net. He's setting him too close to Randy Stoklos, who's just taken over right now.
10-9. Johnson and Stoklos trail by 1. Trying to tie it up right here. Over and down. Johnson cannot chase. At least not very effectively, so the side out or possession back to Hansen. 32 and 6/10 seconds to go. 10-9. Hansen and Friedrichsen by 1.
And
close. He hit it out.
Unbelievable.
The comeback halted by a ball out of bounds. Not much time remaining for Stoklos and Johnson.
Some stars only need one name. Eddie. You haven't said a word to me except to ask for more Cheetos. They're coming, Eddie.
Go ahead and throw it. He'll run and get it for you.
Catch Eddie on Frasier, NBC Thursdays.
Oh, this athlete's foot. The itching, the burning.
And the odor.
Stop the itch and odor with Odor Eaters Foot Spray. Effective as Tenactin and Lotrimin spray, yet costs a lot less.
No more athlete's foot.
Odor Eaters Athlete's Foot Spray.
Does your gray beard or mustache make you look too old? Now, for that hard-to-color hair, there's Just for Men Color Gel. Brush in, and in 5 minutes, rinse.
Now, that's a lot better.
Just for Men Color Gel.
Oh, I never thought I'd enjoy mowing my lawn.
Snapper Highback. It's become a legend for its bagging ability. Clippings, leaves, even pine straw.
I'm not just pleased. I'm thrilled.
Highback's extra thick steel deck is turned in to overlap a special airlift blade. The result? Vacuum that will leave your lawn impeccably clean. And Highback does a great job of mulching with a Ninja mulching kit.
I really didn't know how good my lawn could look.
When the Rockets played their way to the championship series, you watched the games on Channel 2. And Channel 2 had after-the-game specials that really were special. Coverage you couldn't find anywhere else. And when Channel 2 and our friends had a pep rally at TSU, you came by the thousands to cheer the team. For that, we thank you, Houston. Stay with us for the games and the kind of coverage the Rockets and their fans deserve. The kind of coverage you'll find only on Channel 2 News. Go get 'em, Rockets.
Hi, I'm Mario. I'll catch you all the Rocket action on Channel 2.
Light open at Milwaukee contenders bracket final. A 2-point lead for Hansen and Friedrichsen. Trying to hold on to the team. Stokelo. Hansen is there. And it's off Brady out of bounds. Stokelo and Johnson were down 10-5 at one point. Scored 4 in a row, but then gave one up to trail 11-9.
Leif Hansen goes to dig number 13 right here, reading the cut shot. And then Scott Friedrichsen, a little bit unlucky. If the ball hits into the net anywhere but right on the bottom of the tape, he's there to make the set and literally have a chance to wrap this up.
Now, strategy important. 18.5 seconds to go. Stokos and Johnson need to score quickly. Oh, right to Johnson. Chance to pull it out in one. Not yet. Clock running. 9 seconds to go. Johnson puts it away.
That'll do it. This is done. Leif Hansen and Scott Friedrichsen holding off Stokos and Johnson. 6 seconds left. All Scott Friedrichsen and Leif Hansen have to do literally is serve the ball in the court, and there just won't be enough time for Stokos and Johnson to score twice.
Exactly right. Got to get the ball in with a 2-point lead. They do. Stokos got to put it away quick, and he does. Termination with 1 second. And as Paul suggested, Ace would get a point, but that would do it. They would still be 1 point shy.
He's got to serve the ace in less than a second. And the ball, the clock stops when the ball hits the ground again. So if Scott Friedrichsen or Leif Hansen just get a hand on this ball, they've won.
11-10, 11-9. Now we'll see if there's time remaining on the clock. Let's see. They will go check and see if there are any tenths on the clock.
What?
Let's see. There might be tenths on the clock.
But listen. No, wait a second. Wait a second.
Stokelo says, let's keep playing.
Now, if you hit the button, you can't stop.
The ace was scored. It's 11-10. The question, are there tenths remaining on the clock? And the referee is going to look.
They're going to consult the timekeeper right now. If that clock was not completely to zero, it's deemed that there were hundreds and tenths left on the clock, and Stokey and AJ will have another swing. The scoreboard has been changed to 11-10. That was their only possibility to stay alive.
Let's listen.
There takes more. Didn't start right on time. Wait for a second. Now go in his call. Go away. Yeah. Get up. Okay, he's saying that. Hey,
Let's take a look as the clock was going down. Once it leaves its hand, should be going.
So he served the ball and it went over him.
Right there.
John looked up and you saw.
Yeah, it was 1/10 of a second when the ball went down. Okay,
so
there is time left on the clock. Until that last zero appears, there are still hundreds and tenths left on the clock.
But what my question is, if she's hitting the button right when it hits at 1/10, what if it's already gone to the other side?
What do you mean?
Okay, boom, she hits it right at 1/10. What's that mean? Then it doesn't stop right then.
It should. I don't know if it does or not, but it should.
That's okay.
But I'm saying if it hit the ground and there was still a 10th, it matters if it touched the button.
One more time.
Put that back on.
Explain it.
Well, the AVP clock only goes down to tenths. The clock is not out until the final zero appears. There's a blank space there when the ball hits the ground. This is the right call. There were hundreds, tenths left on the clock.
So now, trailing by 1, Stoklos and Johnson will have one more chance to tie it up. They have to score on this play. Johnson got the ace at 11-9. Friedrichsen can't believe it.
Well, if you're in his shoes, you argue forever. But all you got to do is side out one time.
Now, Johnson will serve. He has to get it in or it's over.
Johnson and Stokos have scored on 5 of their last 7 serves.
The winner goes on to play in our championship final.
To 10-11.
Johnson and Stokos are down by 1. If they can tie it up, we'll go to sudden death. Next point wins. Friedrichsen for the win. Oh no, it's right to Johnson. Look at the sudden death.
unbelievable and unlikely comebacks. Great plays ending on controversy, but decided by the crank from the left side. AJ was playing cross court against Scott Friedrichsen, as was Leif Hansen in return, but he is not there.
Let's set it up for you very, very quickly. One more look at Johnson. It's next point wins. First team to score. The teams will switch sides every 30 seconds.
And that's the only effect that the clock has. The clock is only up there for side changes. If these teams side out for 20 minutes, that's how long sudden death will last.
Friedrichsen and Hansen were ahead 4-0, 10-4, 10-8 with virtually 18 seconds to go, and now Johnson and Stoklos can win it.
Historically, sudden death has been very quick.
Hansen. Johnson is there for the win. It was one of the most unbelievable comebacks in the history of Pro Beach Volleyball. Hansen and Friedrichsen seemingly had it. But then a referee decision to put 1/10 of a second back on the clock. Stoklos and Johnson, time to get to sudden death and pull it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's what we got going. You can't get back to your seats by 3:30.
Well, you have to admit, on Father's Day, that was one mother of an upset. Stoklos and Johnson down 8-2, 10-4. They pull it out in the last 5 seconds to win by 12-11. And remember the 7 seconds that Stoklos got put back onto the clock at 10-4. Right after the match, Paul Sunderland caught up with Randy Stoklos.
With the winners, Adam Johnson and Randy Stoklos, one of the most unlikely, controversial, hysterical finishes. You know you got to get the clean ace when you're back there staring at 1 second.
Yeah, we didn't have too much time on the clock, like you said, 1 second, and everybody said, well, you can hit the ball 3,000 miles an hour, so I just went back there and hit it, and I think they just kind of let it go, figuring that the time was going to run out, it might be out, but luckily it went in, and we had a second left on there, a 10th, a 100th, or whatever.
It was just enough. Down 10-5, Randy. Your partner's hurting a little bit. You can tell that. I mean, have you expended now too much energy? You just got yourself into the finals. It seems like you've already played one.
Well, we've played 6 matches today, and it's been a long, long day. We started at 8 o'clock this morning, and here we are in the afternoon. You know, it was just a fantastic finish, and I think Adam, you know, serving that ace was all what we could ask for, and, you know, we're going into the finals and see what happens, you know. We're both tired, we're both fatigued, but we're going to give it a go.
All right, now, Adam, about fatigue. You had an IV treatment before that last match. It looked like you were cramping a little bit. The obvious question, how do you feel now, and can you continue?
Well, I feel pretty good right now. You know, once you get it all worked out and everything. I was feeling a little ill during the week, and I've had a tough travel schedule this week. I'm pretty tired, but, you know, like Randy said, we're going to get out there and give it 100% and see how it works and how it goes.
Congratulations to you both. A dramatic, fantastic comeback. Stoklos and Johnson into the finals.